How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day of another day that we call Friday the 13th. Anyway, the being said, what's going to people? Hope everybody's doing their bidding as far as being safe and prosperity on this day as a Friday. You know, supposed to be like that, nothing, but you know. Anyway, the being said, I want to talk to you about something in reference to being who I am or whatever case it be. Now, I'm going to give you a little insight as far as my way of thinking when it came down to being a gay person before the Upalawa here. Now, when I was coming up and stuff, you know, I'm from the old school and stuff like that, I said I was a girl. I did not say I was transgender. This is some new government program, Upala. So, but anyway, when I was coming up, it was basically either a boy or girl, you know, so, and I still stick with those values as well. But anyway, when I found out that that was different, and I learned that, you know, with me back then, it's so weird because me and my mother used to be like this, like our bond was like so crazy close and stuff, and you know, when you're around your mother, of course you're going to do things in front of her that probably as a child you're not supposed to do because your parents were kids first and they grew up. And the thing about it is that I think a lot of times we forget our parents were actually children and they grew up in a society that probably didn't really accept gay people and stuff. So when they come to terms with having a baby that comes out to be gay, at that time identified as gay, listen, as they having a gay baby and stuff like that, now you're talking to your parent already knows that you're gay. A lot of cases, I'm not saying, oh God, I'm not saying every case, but I'm saying it's reference to me. Matter of fact, I'm kind of think I'll make this video a reference to me and what I'm talking about. It's not about every transgender person, stuff like that. I'm just going to make it very clear, because every trans person, every gay person, every bisexual, lesbian, trans man, trans woman has a different story. So I'm just going to share my story with you as my way of thinking when I came out. Now, back then, before being who I am as of today, I was a gay boy. And the thing is, when I found out that I was gay, I didn't really know because well, they didn't even call me gay then. They just called me, you know, you act like a girl, you act like a girl. That's all I heard was you want to be a girl, you want to be a girl. And I didn't know about being a girl. All I was knowing that I was being myself. But at that point in time, they always said, you want to be a girl, you want to be a girl, and I didn't know. Listen, with me, maybe because of the way I grew up, I didn't really know about the boy-girl thing. I was lived a very sheltered life, and I think it has a lot to do with my mother knowing what I was and what I was going to be. So basically she shielded me away from society because she was probably worried some little boy was going to get a hold of me. She was worried some little boy was going to get a hold of me and turn me out, basically. So, and clearly. Anyway, so when I found out that I was gay and stuff, I asked my mother and my father, which one of y'all are gay? Mom was like, oh, I'm not gay, nothing funny about me. My father's like, no, I'm not gay, you know, I'm not into that. So the thing is that I couldn't understand, like, why did this happen to me? Like, I felt like it was a curse. And, you know, like they say, you always check your parent, your history as far as, you know, you get sick, or like you have diabetes, cancer, you know, it comes in your blood. So I'm thinking, well, if I'm this way, my mother or my father, one of you guys have to be gay, but you don't want nobody to know, because I feel as though you're on a DL about it because you want to be accepted by society, so you're going to take it to your grave. And when I was coming up, a lot of times people did things, they took it to their grave, they didn't let people know, they just secretly did it, or they did it and didn't consider it being gay. So, you know, as I talked to my mother, and I was saying, you know, which, you know, are you, know, she's like, well, you know, it's not funny about me, and I like men, and da-da-da. And the thing about it was that you know, you look at them and you go, because I watch a lot of times when they come down to a lot of people who are in the LGBT, they'll deny. In reality, it's that they are, and they'll sit amongst people who put gay people down, but they won't speak up and say, you shouldn't talk about gay people. They'll just go along, but like, I'm not going to say that, because before if I say anything, they're going to start talking about them, and they're going to talk about me. So this rather just keep their mouth shut. You know, and then you sit back and you watch the characteristics of different ones. You watch how your father sleeps around with so many different women and stuff like that. It makes you feel like, was there like a guy or something he slipped in there? He's not going to tell anyone if he would beat him up, because he was like one of those felon type of guys, you know, like the prisoner guys that, you know, that don't really like, he was not really a fan of gay people, stuff like that, and he knew what I was going to be. That's why he beat me up, and my mother knew what I was going to be. That's why they used to beat. I think they thought if they beat me up or beat me, they could kind of get it out of me, but that didn't help. It just didn't quite go away. You know, as far as that and stuff, and the thing about it was that I thought it was a gene that I got from them. And once I learned that, once I learned to stop hating myself, because the thing is that when you learn who you are, and you go to the two people that you trust the most, and to me, when it comes down to being white, there is no God, there is no angels. Mother and Father is my God. They're the only people I know. I don't know about no God, I don't know about no Jesus, I don't know about... Only Jesus in person I know was my mother and father. When it came time to eat, it was mother and father. So to me, they were my gods. And when my gods didn't love me, that's when the suicide, that's what people say, well, I try to commit suicide. Yes, because the people that you trusted that would love you stopped loving you because of who you was. And I'm not saying all cases, because some parents still stick behind their children and their children still commit suicide. But when you are taught to hate who you are, it's easy to commit suicide. When you watch parents, though, their children on the street, and they know how this world is as far as being, you know, different, that they let them be murdered, and they go to bed at night and act like it's no big deal that your child's out there being taken advantage of, and you just throw them away. But I'm not going on that. I'm not going to go down there as far as that. You know, but the thing about it is that I learned that when you learn to love yourself, you have a lot of undoing that's been done to you. The mental bondage of you've been taught to hate who you are, you have to fix it now. Now that you come to terms of who I am, and it's not a, it's just, I'm just was designed this way to be who I am, and all these naysayers, all these people who say negative things as far as me trying to commit suicide, they don't care about my life. They don't care that I want to commit suicide. They don't care about those things.
Raven, Raven,
Right,
let the
this ain't
fire
going
truck go
by.
by, please. We can't hear you. Okay, continue.
They don't care about me trying to do. They don't care. And I may be involved with two parents that don't care as well, as far as committing suicide and stuff like that. And, you know, I just feel as though when you learn to accept who you are, you have to fix everything about yourself to be done right, because you have been brainwashed to hate who you are. The goals you go in life, the career path you take now, once you accept who you are, you can go and be who you wanted to be, or who you are, instead of being a person reflecting what they wanted you to be. And this is the reason why I feel there's a lot of men abuse women. I feel like a lot of women abuse men, because when they're ashamed upon who they are, it's called self-hate, and they just don't love themselves anymore. So they start hating themselves, they hate everybody around them, and women become abused, men become abused, and it starts the cycle of, you know, abuse and stuff. So it is a very hard thing to learn to accept yourself, and you have to fix everything that you've been instilled in your mind as far as hating yourself. Sitting inside of a church when a preacher's telling you that he basically are making fun of you, and other people are signing on, and you're sitting up there keeping quiet because you want people to know who you are. The self-hate becomes destruction, and it becomes a part of self-medicating as far as drugs, as far as sexual partners, and don't care whether you live or die and stuff like that. And, you know, we're taught to self-hate ourselves without even knowing that this is what we're doing, and this is why the suicide rate becomes so high. And that being said, you know, and I just thought it was just very important that, you know, that you have to basically fix what's been done to you. When Harriet Tubman freed slaves,
a lot of them would be free, but they didn't believe they were free. So they stayed there because they were self-taught that this is the way it's supposed to be. And even though they could have moved forward, they didn't do that because they was following the rules that they were taught, and this is what all they knew, and this is what they did, you know. And a lot of times we've been taught so many different things in life that we learned that was not right. But it's up to us to actually try to fix it, and you know, and it's just a hard thing, you know, to have to learn to love yourself when you've been taught for so long how to hate yourself. And you really have to start dating yourself to try to get yourself fixed as far as your mental frame of mind. Get to know who you really are once you become in your truth. Get to know who you are. Date yourself. Take yourself a walk and think and watch and write down things in reference to who you are, to try to stand as the person that you are, to be stronger for you and to help someone else along the way. Anyway, that being said, I would love to hear you about this, and it's Friday the 13th, and I will let you know that I love you, and I want to thank you for watching Catch the Rave.